Hello everyone, Mike Newfound Past with this week's What Sold video. I have 20 items. First time doing this live. I've been tinkering with OBS, trying to learn it, so we're going to try out doing this live, showing you what sold on eBay. 20 items from our main account. So far, I don't only have one display. I think if I get two monitors, this will be easier, but I won't be able to see the chat, so sorry about that, but because I got to show you the screen. So yeah, we got 20 items going in order. I did get it, somehow got a little bit out of order, so it took some time to did I post that? I had to go back and scroll through the previous 3 what sold videos and be like, that seems vaguely familiar. You know, you get it, just runs all together. But yeah, we're going to go through that and see what sold. So let me see if I can switch over here to the what sold window. See if I got to make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, we should be to my main eBay account here. Unfortunately, I got to bring up the YouTube window just to make sure I'm doing this right. So, and it does have a delay here. I should just trust in it. I did test it. Trust your testing, people. Trust your testing. Let me see here. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so first up we have this Winnie the Pooh latch hook kit. Yeah, I've been selling a lot of these along with puzzles and everything through this quarantine. But this one, you know, we picked up for our normal $2, $3, $4, and this was brand new in like a shelf worn box, and it sold for $25.83. Next up, our last pair of Sperry Oasis sailing shoes, women's 9M. I got these on a retail arbitrage deal from AFES. Yeah, $40.46. I think I paid about $15, $18 a pair for these, so not a lot of money. After, you know, I was hoping to obviously get a little bit more, maybe $10, $15 more, but they just wasn't moving. But I did make a little bit of money. Just probably wouldn't do that next time. Next up, this Umbra Meadow jewelry stand, the white butterfly. Yeah, white butterfly stand. This is really neat. Umbra stuff sells pretty well for me, and it's really kind of common, widespread, you know, jewelry stands and other stuff. But they make all kinds of stuff. But I find it quite frequently brand new. And this was really neat with the butterflies. Usually if you can find stuff with, you know, cute animals, bees, butterflies, dragonflies, that stuff will sell pretty well. Cats. And this one did. We only paid a few dollars for it. It sold for $24.99. And this is a big old fail. We bought a few in really good condition Pella Studio leather jackets, coats, and would not buy these again. We did only pay like $5 each for these because, you know, the thrift stores can't get much for these because they're not in very high demand. Got $26.21. Yeah, pass next time. And some California Raisins handmade. I want to say pass on this one as well, but we didn't pay that much for these, under $5. And there was a profit in this, but not a whole lot. And your risk here is these are ceramic and they could break. Luckily, these didn't. You know, they made it to their the buyer. At least I haven't heard from them, so they probably did make it to their buyer intact. But probably would pass on these next time. But I'm not saying that you should pass every time you see California raisin stuff, because some of this stuff is pretty collectible, and you just gotta look it up when you see it. Next up, we have a Walt Disney World authentic Mickey Mouse ringer polo shirt, brand new with the tags. Yeah, I buy these quite frequently, the Disney World stuff. And yeah, it's not a high volume seller, but this one sold pretty quickly, I'm pretty sure. Well, pretty quickly being all relative for clothing. It only took a few months, 2-3 months, and it sold $24.99. We had under $5 in it. So pretty easy sell on that one. This one's really cool. This is probably the best item of the whole sold lot here, because like I said, I go in order. I could cherry pick through and cherry pick a big thing to put in, but I don't. I just go in order. But this Siesta Wear mid-century modern Tiki Bar Glass Set of 8. My wife found this in the thrift store for about, I think we paid about $7.50 for this whole set. You know, there's 8 of them with the mahogany sleeves that were carved or burned on it. One of them had a crack even right there, which we knew, we saw in the thrift store, but we still thought it was worth taking, listening up. See, it says Siesta Wear there on the bottom. These are pretty tough to find, and yeah, sold for $60.39. Yeah, pretty neat stuff there. Really like this cool, unique stuff that you just don't see a lot of all the time. Next up, a Netgear router. This is the AC 1900. I actually sold this once before, got returned because the person doesn't read the description. This is one I used, and I put it still refurbished because I refurbished it. I wiped the memory, cleaned it up, and I bought this new, used it, changed providers, had to get a new, actually I had to get a DOCSIS 3.1 router for gigabit speed internet. So I had the original box for this. I usually keep my boxes from my electronics and certain other things in case I ever want to sell them. They sell better with the boxes. Yeah, boxes and the manual, and listed it up, and it sold for $107.13. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but it's nice to get a big chunk of money back for a piece of electronics you're never going to use again. Next up, this Army Air Force utility blouse. Should not have had that picture first, but not a huge deal. It's still sold. And the reason I put Army Air Force, well, I don't remember why I put that. I was trying to remember why I put Army Air Force. I think it's Army green, but this is an Air Force utility blouse. We call them fatigues back when I was in the Marine Corps, but they just had this plain green. I just sold something. Yep. Okay. Yeah, they just had this plain green back in the Vietnam era. This was like brand new. It had never been used, even though I've listed as used because it still didn't have the tags. $24.99. We only paid about $5 for it in the thrift store. Next up, this set of 6-footed Royal Crown coffee mugs. Had these for a pretty long time. Probably wouldn't buy them again, but we had next to nothing into these, just a few dollars. $24.99. They're pretty neat, they just didn't bring the audience for whatever reason. So this was a coffee mug kind of fail. Even though it did sell, it made some money. It just took a long time. They were clean, no spoon stir marks. So what can you do? Another bathing suit. This is the zero available. Sold both of these of this size. So still have plenty of swimsuits available. I bought a lot of them at a retail arbitrage at Gabe's. And the Miracle suit, brand new with the tags, $53.62. Next up, the Fisher Price Little People Nativity set from 2002. This sold after Christmas. I do remember that. It was a couple months ago, but it did sell after Christmas. We just had a couple bucks into these and sold for $24.99. Then the lady was really happy to get them too. She left glowing feedback and was really, really happy. Lady in Louisiana. Next up, a pair of Levi's. Excuse me. I had a lot of Levi's, used Levi's, that I had bought several years back that I hadn't listed just because I had better stuff to list. And finally, through this quarantine and stuff, I listed these up. This was at the beginning of the quarantine when these sold. So yeah, that's the point we're getting at. These were $5.60, 34.30s, paid $5 or less for these for used ones. And they sold immediately. $24.99, free shipping, out the door. Next up, I thought this was really cool and hoping it'd bring more money. This Coors ceramic laboratory bowl. Yeah, Coors as in Coors Brewing Company. Beer, Coors beer. This was rather large, 15-inch, apothecary porcelain bowl. Like it had never been used, but I did list it as used. There's the Coors mark there. It's kind of cut off, but that's what it is, Coors. Because I looked it up. But yeah, really, really cool. Just laboratory bowl, $36.68. I think we paid about $5 for it. And next up, as I go through, I can't see the chat. Like I said, sorry about that. I'm going to go over to the chat once we're done. If you guys have any questions, I'll address them then. This Tuscany collection, another ginger jar. My wife picked these up, and we sell them quite frequently. This is a small ginger jar, 6-sided hexagon, so it's pretty unique, made in Japan. This had a little bit of age. It was probably, if I had to guess, probably around 50 years old mark. Picked it up for just a couple dollars and sold for $24.99. 511 Tactical. This sold super fast. I listed it up, and it was sold within a day or two. So I paid. This one is pre-owned. This is just a shell jacket, khaki, full zip with all the pockets and everything, just like a normal 511 Tactical. Paid about $7.50 for this, sold for $48.99. Next up, some drafting pencils. These are Mars Statler number 2 pencils, brand new in the box. 3 boxes of them. We got these in the job lot bags for just a couple bucks. Brand new in the box. All 3 of them sold for $24.99. Next up, this is where the puzzles, I think, really begin coming through. So our next old video may have a lot of puzzles. I don't know. Like I said, I'll just go in order. This is a Bits and Pieces 1,500 piece puzzle by Kirk Randall. $24.99. We just paid a couple bucks. This one's a really good sale as well. And like I said, this was before even the quarantine started, but there was inklings coming out about this. And I had these listed for probably about 6 months. About 6 months ago, I remember when I bought these, I only paid like $2 a box for them. So about $6, $5-6 all in. And these sold for $104.11. They're the ear covers for the ear like scope that doctors put in your ear to check out your ear canal and stuff. These were brand new in the box. I just lotted them together, sold them. That's the little box I took out just to show exactly what they were. Yeah, 800 covers, 800 times 3. There was 2,400 total ear covers. So it's probably a good deal. These probably aren't cheap new. I don't know how much they are new, but yeah, nice sell. And last up, you have the Final Fantasy Anthology for PlayStation 1. Really good condition. I got these on a large rummage sale, garage sale buyout, $15.99. Took pictures of all the discs, all that good stuff. They're clean, super clean. So yeah, really nice sale on that one. Okay, so I'll bring you guys back up on the chat and switch back over. There we go. All right. Okay, well, no one in the chat. So, yeah, that's it. That's 20 items that sold on eBay. So please remember to like, subscribe, share, hit the bell, all that good stuff. And hope this worked out well. I'm going to still tinker with it and make sure, if I do any more of these live sold videos that they're seamless. Maybe that takes a second monitor and stuff. If people are more experienced than me, please shoot me a message, michael@newfoundpass.com. Yeah, and hit me up with that. So appreciate it, guys. About to head out to the mask up and head out to the grocery store and get some stuff listed this afternoon. And we will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Peace.